This is Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth, welcoming from the Ensemble Theatre. She is starring in the biographic musical entitled Josephine Tonight that is running June 27th through July 28th at the historic Ensemble Theatre. Please welcome Dequina Moore. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is home for one.
Okay.
So I am so grateful to be back here at home in Houston, Texas. Most of my career has been mostly out of New York and LA. I left here. I went to HPVA, High School for big up to PVA, High School for the Performing and Visual Arts.
Yeah, a lot of greats came out of there.
Yes, lots. And I'm so proud of all of them. So yeah, I went to New York University after that, and so my career started there. Mm-hmm. So I'm so grateful to come back. Full circle moment for me. I was a YP young performer at the Ensemble Theatre when I was a young buck, very young. I think I got started there about 7 years old, seven or 8. Yeah, and so to come back and to grace the main stage at the professional stage is just an honor, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. So thank you, Eileen Morris, artistic director there, and Patro Harris and Chaka, our director, choreographer, and musical director, for believing in me and having given me this moment. It's great.
Indeed. So you are, about to tackle one of the world's most greatest performers. I'm not going to even say in America because she was world renowned.
Absolutely.
Playing the role of Josephine Baker. What was it like preparing for a role like this?
Oh goodness, it's been a lot of fun, but a real journey, research journey.
yeah, because it's so deep.
Yeah, it's extremely deep, and she was so multifaceted, such a complex figure. And the play hits on all of those numbers, so it's really great arc of a story to come and watch. And but I had to do a lot of research, a lot of working out. Yeah. Miss Thang was in shape.
Dancing and moving and grooving all over the place.
Oh yes, and I had to be ready for that. And as much as she loved performing and loved being on the stage, she also loved to be scantily clad at some moment. So, so we touch on that a little bit too. So you get the whole party, the whole Josephine Baker party when you come see Josephine Tonight.
Indeed, which is running June 27th through the 28th at the Ensemble Theatre. Let's talk about, you're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Dequina Moore, who is starring in Josephine Tonight. So tell us about the music of this play. I see you all have some, the musical direction.
Absolutely.
Your musical director, let me say.
Excellent. Yes, the music by Wally Harper. It's incredible. It's infused into the show. Because it's the 1920s. The story comes out of the 1920s. It's based on her life from ages 15 till about her early 20s. Okay. And so we give you a full range of genres. So you'll get the blues, you'll get the gospel, you'll get the jazz, you'll get, absolutely. Full vaudeville, that vaudeville era, that Broadway era, she was plucked right out of the Harlem Renaissance and taken over to France. So you're going to get the whole gamut. And Regina Hearn, who plays my mother and also doubles as Big Bert the Smith, the lead of the Amazing Colored Vaudeville show. She is just awesome, vocally, acting-wise, dance-wise, and our counterparts, Jason and Andre, everyone in the show is just incredible musically, acting-wise, and you get to see us shake a tail feather. Hey. So that's the fun part.
So that's interesting. You said from the age of 15 up until her early 20s.
Yes. Which was a different time then. She was divorced twice. I mean, she was married twice already before the age of 15. So the love story that you'll get to experience in this show with her partner Eddie is an interesting one because it's her third marriage. At the age of 15, to even wrap your head around that. I can't. Yes, I had to delve into that research in order to get my head wrapped around that. Yeah,
I can't, because that's what I was going to ask. Like, 15-year-old Josephine Baker, what What was she like? Well, it sounds like, hell, she was already a grown woman.
Basically, I mean, she had her youth and she had her, her dreams and her aspirations, and she loved acting, singing, and dancing, and she would do anything to get an audience. She had to go down to the Piggly Wiggly if she had to, and make that buck, to bring home to mama. So, she was everything youthful, but for what that was at the time, she had to be ready to try and get her womanhood started as soon as possible, because that's where the survival was. That was part of the survival, and she handled that as best she could at the time. And we delve into that. We delve into her relationship with her mother a lot, with Carrie McDonald, who played by Regina Hearn. That their relationship is extremely controversial and extremely loving, but also not your typical maternal mother-daughter relationship. Exactly. And so that whole thing is very, very interesting, and how it unfolds in the story is one you have to come see. You just have to come see it.
Yeah, so block it off, Houston. You got a whole month, June 27th through the 28th, to check out Josephine Tonight. You're listening to Access Houston, talking to Dequina Moore, who is starring as Josephine Baker in Josephine Tonight. So for you doing all of this research, what was the most fascinating thing that you found out about her that made you say, oh, wow?
Well, one thing that I loved, that wowed me the most, was that her dream started out in wanting to be a performer, and she became that. And unfortunately, of course, because of the times, she had to leave her own country in order to become that. She had to go over to Paris, to France, in order to embody the full star that she really was. And so she, thank God, was able to get her glory over there. And then later, America came around and gave her flowers, which she so well deserved. But to watch that unfold as her first dream, and to see that manifest into this world of activism and this world of progression, her need to push and progress her culture, is what really came out of her initial dream to just act, sing, and dance and be the fabulous triple threat that she was. So she was a fighter. And thank God she was able to be memorialized as that in her later years, and in her passing. She was given a military-style funeral, which, one of the only artists to ever receive that, especially of the time. So she was our first Black superstar, There would be no Brandy, no Monica.
Yeah, none of that.
None of that. No Janets, none of that without Miss Josephine. So we have to honor that and give her praise for that. Absolutely. Yeah. And that was what wowed me the most. I think the other thing that wowed me was that she was so free. Now, I pray to God that I can be as free as she is, just artistically, but also as a woman. She was ahead of her time, because she was unafraid to say, no, this is the restaurant I want to eat in, and I'm going to sit right here, and you're going to allow me to do that because I'm a star.
I know, that's right.
And not only am I a star, but I'm entitled because I'm a person. I'm a human being first.
Right.
And that's what she loved about France, is that they treated her like a human being, which she fought so hard for over here in America, and paved the way for so many others to be treated as such.
So, Dequina, let me ask you.
Yes.
Est-ce que vous comprenez le français?
Oui, oui.
So I just asked, do you understand French?
Oui, oui. No, very, very, very little. I did learn French for the show.
Peu.
What you hear in the show is what I know.
Yeah.
And thank God for that. We had
How much did you have to learn of it, or just a little bit?
It's enough to make the story happen.
Okay.
There's probably it amounts to maybe a monologue. If that makes sense. But mine is kind of sporadic. There's a few other characters in the show actors in the show, that have to delve more into the French, and and they do that beautifully. Jason Carmichael and Andre Neal, they go hard with the French and the French accent. So I applaud them for that.
Right now, I'm actually taking classes dual language.
Really?
I'm learning Spanish and French at the same damn time.
Whoa! Bucket list for me. I really want to learn. I was so jealous. We had a vocal, an accent and language coach come in for, actually it's Jason Carmichael's son. He was wonderful. Come in and train us on it. He speaks fluently, and it was just the most beautiful thing. So hats off to you for learning.
Well, listen here, it's tough for some reason. My brain is retaining the Spanish. The Spanish is easy for me.
Right, it feels
the French,
easier.
I gotta keep coming back to it, and
it's those R's. Like I have to say, je suis pressé in the show. It's like je suis pressé. You know, it's like you have to roll that R in the back of your throat, and it just feels like you're gargling. Yes,
you gotta have
and it's every R.
Yeah,
you have to hit every R.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, you're great.
Oh, hey, thank you. I think my language teacher would be pretty proud of that right now. Listen, Josephine Tonight, running at the Ensemble Theatre June 27th through July 28th. We actually had previews this past week, so Houston, you missed out on that one. But you can still get your tickets for the remaining of July. And oh, man.
Lots of fun to go. Mr. Petro Harris directed and choreographed this thing to a T. And Mr. Chaka, his name is long and amazing. Chaka Kabamatande. Yes, he killed the music direction. So you guys have to come see us. We're giving our whole hearts on the stage for Miss Josephine in her memory. So please come.
Please come. Yeah. and they will. We will come and show it, because the theater family in Houston is huge.
Absolutely. That's why I'm so grateful to come back. Most of my work's been on Broadway and television and film. I've done radio and Broadway tours, and there's nothing like Houston, Texas. There's just nothing like home. I mean, it's home, but it's still one of the most amazing cities. So I'm just
absolutely. When I got here, I was like, I love the city so much. I was like, man, Houston is America's best kept secret.
Yeah.
But now the secret is out.
That's right.
The secret is out.
That's right.
And people are coming here.
And come on.
I mean, in droves.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? I mean, we are now the most diversity in the U.S.
Yes,
and
in the
I
country.
honestly
Absolutely.
believe once the census is done, we will go from number 4 to number 3.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm with it. Just get this traffic right, and I'm with it.
I mean, come on with that. But that's another way that I knew that people were moving here, because the traffic has gotten more congested and worse.
Absolutely.
Since I got here.
So thank God for 97.9, and you got to have your radio and your telephone in your car, or you're going to die literally in the car.
Yeah. And thanks for the plug.
Yes.
Dequina Moore playing Josephine Baker and Josephine Tonight, running June 27th through July 28th at the Ensemble Theatre. It was such a pleasure to meet you.
Mine too.
And
thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you. God bless.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Got in the building today, one of Houston's greatest young people. She's one of the best girls in this city, doing it big for homeless people. From Sock Out Poverty, the founder. Welcome back, Princess Jackson.
Thank you, KG. Thank you for having me.
What's going on? How you been?
I've been doing good.
School
Staying
is
busy.
Out. And you got some big things popping this summer. I see. That's the reason why you're here. But before we get into all that, first let's welcome Princess's mom. The lovely Phyllis Burton is here too.
Hi.
How are you?
Great. Thank you for having us.
Y'all looking good. Y'all got on these pink shirts.
Hey.
One's pink and one's green. So who's the AKA?
No one.
Oh, okay.
Neither.
Tell me about these shirts. What are these?
We just picked them up, just a T-shirt, just to.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to twin, but not twin.
Yeah,
we do something like that.
Something like that. All right. Well, Princess Jackson is the founder of Sock Out Poverty, where she provides socks to homeless people. And every time I see them, I always think of you. There was a piece that I was watching on some channel. I was flipping through, and they were talking about. They were talking to homeless people, and one of the guys was just like, even if people, don't have anything to give us monetarily, like money, like anything to work, like, some toothpaste, some socks, like a T-shirt, like anything. And then when he said socks,
ding, ding, ding.
I thought about you. So for those who may not be familiar, Princess, tell us how Sock Out Poverty came about.
Sock Out Poverty started when me and my mom were downtown in Houston, Texas, passing out blankets to the homeless, and I saw the homeless with blankets, cardboard, shoes with holes in them. But they didn't have socks to keep them warm, so I wanted to give back to the community by handing out socks.
Yeah, you've been doing this for how many years? Have you
5.
been? 5.
Yes, 5 years.
Look at you, an established nonprofit organization.
Yes.
Looking.
Yes, sir.
What is this? What has it been like? Like, well, let me ask this: What have you learned? Like
have I
throughout
learned?
this whole process, since you've been doing this for 5 years, like what are some of the things that struck with you? Like, oh, okay, well, next time I'm going to do this differently, or maybe I'll try a different approach here. Or what are some of the things that you've learned?
I learned to, be grateful and always give back, because it's just a great feeling to give back, and
It is.
I really enjoy it, and I like to motivate other people to give back to others.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You're gonna be dope. I know you're probably the most popular one in school. Where you going to school at?
I was homeschooled this year.
Oh, a better route. I'm not mad at that, Miss
Yeah,
Phyllis.
she got busy, so we chose homeschool. We was kind of waiting for that big break, but when we did homeschool this semester, she booked a music video, she booked a commercial, she booked, and actually it's here at the Women's Hospital. She booked a commercial there.
I did. I saw you on something.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I did.
Mhm.
I did. Watching TV on some commercial. I saw
Right.
you on there. I said, "Oh, look at Princess."
Yes.
That was one of my favorite commercials.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
'cause I love basketball.
Doing her favorite sport, basketball.
Yeah, indeed. So you've been taking Sock Out Poverty on the move, I believe. Last year, were you guys in L.A.? I want to say.
Yeah, 2 years.
Orlando.
2 years L.A.
2
but
years ago,
last
LA.
year Washington D.C.
Yeah, I was in D.C. Okay,
Yes.
see, I knew it. See, I mean, look at you, big things popping. You know what I'm saying? I can't even keep up with the cities that you taking Sock Out Poverty to. So, yeah. L.A. on Skid Row, I remember that, and then Orlando. I mean, D.C.
DC,
And
yes.
now you're going to the Big Apple,
Yes.
New York City. Have you ever been to New York?
I haven't been there. I always wanted to go because, the Alicia Keys song.
Yeah.
New York. I don't know. I just always wanted to go, and I'm finally going, so
Oh,
I'm
it's
excited.
gonna be amazing. Have so much fun, and take a lot of pictures at Times Square.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a lot. So tell us about the Sock Out Poverty campaign that you're doing in New York, which is going to be happening. Oh, I need to change my calendar. It's going to be happening next Friday, the 12th.
Yes.
So how did this come about? Tell us about that.
We're going to be in New York this July 12th, and we're going to one facility, but we're working on adding another facility. And our goal is to sock out poverty all over the world. Like you said, we've been to Washington, D.C., California, Atlanta, Dallas, and our hometown, Houston. So it's just amazing to add New York to the list of states that we've been to.
Yeah, indeed. Of course, besides, putting the word out about Sock Out Poverty and passing
Yes.
out socks to the homeless in New York City, what else are you looking forward to when you go to New York?
I'm looking forward to looking at all the, Times Square, the nice things about New York, the lights,
Yeah.
and all of that. I'm just so excited to visit.
Yeah, I'm low key jealous because I've never visited New York in the summer,
Really?
and I heard that New York in the summer there's nothing like New York
wow.
City in the summertime.
Really?
So,
Wow, we might need to
yeah.
add an extra day.
When did you go?
Yeah, I was in New York this year. When was that? The first weekend in February. I was there for.
Yeah, when you on the Billboard?
I was on the Billboard in Times Square. I was there for New York Fashion
Awesome.
Week.
That was awesome.
I had walked in 2 shows. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you. Now, I'm slowly waiting on this modeling thing
it's
to come
coming.
out. People keep telling me, "Oh, you a model now?" Nope. I'm taking pictures. Okay. Until I get paid for taking the photos, then I will say that I'm a model. But right now, I'm taking pictures. But anyway,
Just
it ain't
having
about
fun.
me. You're listening to Access Houston. We got Princess Jackson, the founder of Sock Out Poverty, and her lovely mother, Phyllis Burton, here. Princess is going, and Phyllis, but Princess is going to be in New York on July 12th for the Sock Out Poverty campaign, giving socks to the homeless in New York. And so I understand that you are doing some big auditions here. What you got coming up with Reggie Rock?
Yes. I've been to LA for this audition. This is by far one of my favorite auditions also.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually traveled out of my state to go to an audition that was farther than out of Texas.
Yeah.
So I went to LA for a TV show, and we went to the CBS studios, and it was awesome because we got to see where they film movies and TV shows, and it was amazing. And I was blessed enough to meet Reggie Rock by the Wood, who helped direct major films like Notorious B.I.G., Beyond the Lights, Shots Fired, and Love and Basketball.
Oh, wow.
And Love and Basketball is one of my favorite
One of your
movies.
favorites? Yeah.
Yes. And it was just an awesome experience. The kids there was fun. It was just amazing. It was really fun.
Yeah. So, man, you know, when you have a lot of talents, it's kind of hard to focus on that one thing because you're into everything and you can do everything.
Yes.
But if you had to right now, what would it be? Would it be basketball? Would it be philanthropy? Would it be acting or modeling? Which one? Because you got plenty of time. I mean, baby, I mean, you just barely scratching the surface right now. But if right now, if you had to choose, like, which one would you be like, this is the one I want to do?
I would be leaning more to acting.
Yeah.
I'll be leaning more to acting.
You know, I think things go full circle because she loved basketball, but her last 2 major auditions and commercials had to do with basketball. So it was incorporated into what she loves. Yeah. So I think it just goes hand in hand. If you keep, you know, walking it out, it'll all come together. So she got to do her basketball commercial with the Women's Hospital, and then this big audition at CBS. It was about a basketball movie.
Oh.
Yeah. So
nice. Look at you. Keep it up. Who knows? You could probably be in this next Space Jams that they about to start filming here.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I know. Were you a fan of the first Space Jams?
I did see the first Space Jam.
Do you feel like they should make another one with LeBron? Because some people are like, they should leave it alone. Some people are like, well, you know.
I don't know. It might be nice with LeBron, but, you know, every time somebody tries to do a remake of an original, it's never the same.
Yeah. Not unless they'll probably have to just totally like rewrite it somehow to make it fit or
make it original.
Yeah, or to
in
make
their
it
own
make
way.
sense.
Yes.
I'll tell you one that I'm not ready for though. The Lion King.
Oh, I'm ready to see that one. I want to go see that.
Oof. I mean, just the animated one, you know, took me out. You know, I can't imagine seeing that fight scene, you know, in live action, or, you know, when when Scar kills Mufasa, it's just going to be, it's going to be like, But anyway.
I'm really waiting to see that movie.
Princess Jackson is in the building. So you just had a huge speaking engagement. Where you spoke to about 800 girls at TSU?
Yeah, not TSU, Southern University.
At Southern. Oh, my bad. At Southern.
Yes.
My bad. At Southern.
Yes, it's in Baton Rouge in Louisiana. And it was awesome. I spoke to over 800 girls. And the name of the conference was the OMG Girls Conference. And the OMG stands for Outstanding Mature Girls. And it was awesome to talk to girls that were like me at my age. And like Nipsey Hussle says, hustle and motivate. Yeah. So although I'm hustling, trying to get my big movie deal, TV shows, commercials, I'm also motivating others to chase after their dreams and be inspired. It's awesome.
Were you nervous speaking in front of that many people?
I was nervous. I was, because that is one of the biggest conferences I've talked to, I think. Yeah. It was a lot of people in that room. I was like, oh my gosh. But eventually, you know, as you talk, it just you get comfortable.
You get used to it. Did any of the girls come up to you and, you know, say like, "Oh, I'm so glad that you said this because I've been thinking about this," or like, or what were some of the encouraging things that?
Yes, I actually had somebody walk up to me and want to take a picture, and that just really made me happy. I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm getting there," you know. And it was just awesome. Like she was like, "I love your speech. You really inspired me," and she wanted to take a picture with me, and it just I felt awesome about it.
Well, because you're an awesome girl. I mean,
Thank
Black
you.
Girls Rock.
Yes.
Black Girl Magic. Princess Jackson, the founder of Suck Out Poverty. Check her out in New York. All of my peoples, because, you know, people, they be listening online as well.
Yes, sir.
So, New York, look for Princess Jackson out there giving out socks. That's happening July 12th. You're going to have a lot of fun. I'm so excited for you. So excited and happy. But I knew you would be who you were from the very first time.
Thank you.
Especially when you have a no-nonsense, loving, protective mother as Miss Phyllis Burton right here. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, you've been doing fun. It's been fun for you. How's it been for you, Phyllis?
It's been great. You know, my biggest reward is to see her evolve. I seen her when she first wanted to get into entertainment and when she first started, and to see her grow into her own, you know, and the things that she's been taught for her to walk it out. Like she said she was nervous, but you cannot tell at all when she's up there speaking to those girls. And the things that she's been taught and the things that she's been walking out, she actually just delivered. She, you know, just gave back. So I was excited to see her
That's what's up.
come
It's
full
amazing.
circle. Yes.
The older you get, Princess, the more that you'll realize there's so much more in you that you don't know.
Right.
You know, and it's and sometimes when you, well, a lot of the times, you know, especially if you are entertaining and educating people, when you step out on that stage or that mic is in your hand, like when artists say, like, you know, I turn into somebody else, and you know, like, that's real.
Exactly.
That's real. So I can
Yes.
totally see in her switching it up, and she probably turn into a little mini female Les Brown up in this thing with the
Right.
motivational speaker. But
Right.
no, shout out your social where they can follow Sock Out Poverty and all that.
My Facebook is Princess Jackson, and my Instagram is The Real Princess Jackson. And if you also want to donate, you could donate on our website at sockoutpoverty.org.
No doubt. Princess Jackson, Phyllis Burton from Sock Out Poverty. Good seeing y'all. Thanks for coming on.
Good seeing
Good
you
seeing you
too.
too.
Thank you for having us.
No doubt. And thank you for listening to Access Houston.
We'll be back with more Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.